I drove up the mountain through that endless storm, the rain hammering the windshield like a warning. I should have heeded.
Welcome home, my love. This house has waited for you a long time.
I stepped out into the rain, my coat soaking, as I walked toward the door he had shut long ago.
The key never picks the wrong hand. It is choosing you.
The door opened before I even touched it. I remember the white sheets made the furniture look like crouching ghosts, and the grandfather clock stood frozen at the hour he died. Thomas said this house breathes on its own. I thought he was joking.
Per the will of Mr. Thomas Vance, Vance Manor and all its grounds passed to his wid Mrs. Eleanor Vance. 12 keys in total.
I counted 12 keys, but there is a 13th one hidden underneath. I looked up to call the lawyer back, but he vanished into the fog, like every soul who tried to help me escape him. This key has no teeth. It cannot open any lock. The 13th key. We have been ready for you. I should sleep now, but this house will not let me rest.
Don't be afraid, my darling. It is only me.
There is nothing there, but my shoulder is wet and cold.
Don't fear the shadow in the mirror, my love. Fear the silence when you can no longer hear my voice.
I counted 12 keys, but there is a 13th one hidden underneath. I looked up to call the lawyer back, but he vanished into the fog, like every soul who tried to help me escape him. This key has no teeth. It cannot open any lock. The 13th key. We have been ready for you. I should sleep now, but this house will not let me rest.
Don't be afraid, my darling. It is only me.
There is nothing there, but my shoulder is wet and cold.
Don't fear the shadow in the mirror, my love. Fear the silence when you can no longer hear my voice.
I heard it before I fully woke. A nursery rhyme so faint I thought it was just the wind moaning through the old eaves. I was still laying in bed, my eyes just opening in the dark. Thomas told me he was an only child. There were never any children in this house. I pulled on my robe and grabbed the flashlight. Stepping into the dark hallway, bare feet silent on the freezing wood. The rhyme is clearer now. Count to 17, Mama comes home. A door at the end of the hall. The plate says nursery. 17 black iron nails sealed that door shut, and the wood around each nail was split wide from the hammer blows.
Thomas nailed that door shut when he was 7. Don't open it.
The silence is worse than the rhyme. I have to know what is inside. Mary Vance. 1898. That is over 100 years ago. I held the nail under the light and read the impossibly fine script etched along the inner shaft.
We have counted 17 nails, 17 names. You are the 18th.
I stumbled back and saw in the door gap an eye, gray-blue and open, staring straight at me. That was Thomas' laugh. I know that laugh. But Thomas is dead. He died 3 months ago.
17 names. Do you want to know who they were, Eleanor?
The nail in my hand wept a single drop of black liquid onto the wooden floor without a sound. I sealed the nail in a glass jar, the black liquid already hardening into a dark scabe against the clear glass. 300 years of Vance women and not one of them has a name. I climbed the attic stairs, the old wood creaking under my weight with every step. The attic was 2 stories high. 2 stories high, and on the farthest gable wall hung row after row of oil portraits in gilded frames. Mary Vance, the first portrait. She looks so young. 1698, 1729, 1760, 1791. Everyone died on her 31st birthday. I stepped back, the flashlight trembling in my hand, but there were more portraits still waiting in the dark. Margaret Vance, the 17th portrait, Caleb great-grandmother, born 1960, died 1991. There is an 18th frame, empty, with my name on it. Eleanor Vance, 1994, the death year is blank, but someone touched it. I rushed down from the attic, knocking out a wooden chest. I tore open the drawer, my birth certificate spilling out, December 21st, 1994. I looked at the calendar on wall, November 23rd, and a countdown rose in my mind. D28.
Thomas never told you because he loved you, Eleanor. He wanted to protect you.
But Thomas died 3 months ago. So who is speaking to me right now? A ripple passed through the air, and the voice fell into a silence deeper than anything I had ever known. I lifted my head and saw the first light of morning fall across the corridor, and where there had been only a blank wall the night before, a door now stood. The house grows, an inch more each night. The room on the other side was Thomas' study, preserved down to the teacup. Thomas always placed on the left side of the desk. On the desk lay an unsealed letter, the ink still wet. The date at the top was today.
Dearest E, the 3rd stage has begun. Do not open the cellar. I love you, no matter how you come to understand that sentence. One day.
I remembered the chapel a week before the wedding, when Thomas had taken my hands and asked me to do something I would not understand. Then the first night of our marriage, his lips cold against my forehead, as he told me I belonged to this house forever. Stage 1, he proposed. Stage 2, he married me. Stage 3 is bringing me here. Inside the left drawer, I found 17 old photographs, each one a young woman in a wedding dress, standing in this very study. On the back of the photograph, a line of ink read Margaret Vance, November 23rd, 1991, exactly today, 34 years apart. I placed the photograph back and looked up, and in the window glass, a silhouette of a woman in a wedding gown was standing behind me.
Eleanor, don't look! Please, don't look down!
He told me not to look at the floor, which means something I must find is hidden beneath it. The mist seeped from the seams of the floorboards, slow and steady, like something beneath was breathing. I drove down the mountain, the trees on either side closing like folding fingers as the town appeared below. Around every Vance manor there is a town like this. The townsfolk live because our family died in their place. I parked on Main Street, and the moment I stepped out of the car, the townsfolk scattered like leaves in wind. A mother pulled her child across the street to avoid me, and the barber flipped his open sign to closed.
The new Mrs. Vance. You finally made it down the hill to our little shop.
I picked bread, canned food, and batteries from the shelves. The shop completely silent.
Sprinkle it at the 4 corners of your bed every night. Just survive this month, child, please.
The wall is covered in missing children notices, 17 of them going back over 100 years. The oldest notice was yellowed, Annie Carver, age 6, last seen December 21st, 1899.
Children are the interest payments. Women are the principal debt. Children are the interest payments. Women are the principal debt.
I spun around. The gas station was empty. The pump halted on its own, clicking to 3170. Back in the car, I locked the doors and unfolded the note Edith had slipped into the bread bag. The note said, "Find the priest. He knew Margaret." On the back, a chapel, a cross, and a serpent. Margaret, the 17th portrait, Caleb's great-grandmother. But at that moment, I did not yet know Caleb existed. I glanced into the rearview mirror. A drenched young man sat in the passenger seat. I turned, the seat was empty, and the rain began to fall. Storm night, I stood before the cellar door. His letter crumpled in one hand and the bag of coarse salt clenched in the other. He told me not to open the cellar, a husband who does not exist, warning me away from a door he himself never entered. A crest on the door, a mouth holding a bleeding heart and words I cannot read. A gaping mouth holding a bleeding heart, and around it, a ring of Latin words Pactum vorat vox manes carved deep into the brass.
Come down the 18th. We have already kept your seat.
The door pushed back like something alive was holding it shut. I scattered salt across the threshold. A faint hiss seeped from the seams, like water on fire, and the door opened. I counted the steps all the way down, 31 steps before the floor appeared. They did not walk in, they were dragged in. Step 31, the stone floor appeared, and there, in the heart of the cellar, stood a dry well, its walls covered in scratches.
Eleanor, come back up! Please, I am begging you, come back up now!
The stairs above me are gone, swallowed by fog. There is no way back up. There was a light at the bottom of the well just for a second, and then nothing. I unclipped a nylon rope from my waist, tied an iron hook to the end, and lowered it into the well.
Pull it up then. You have already seen it.
I laid the ring in my palm, cold and damp, like it had been waiting in the well. I raised the magnifying glass and read the words freshly carved into the gold. I have never left. Back in the sitting room, I opened the laptop and pulled up the wedding footage, searching frame by frame for the moment he slipped the ring onto my hanger. Either someone opened the coffin and took the ring, or the coffin was never occupied.
I am calling Dr. Holt. He signed Thomas' death certificate. He knows something.
Eleanor, I hoped you would not call. Not this number.
I want the original autopsy report, not the copy you gave my mother. You are beginning to ask the right questions. I set the ring on the table and walked to the kitchen. I needed water. I needed to think.
Wear it, Eleanor. Put it on and I can tell you everything I know.
Would the man I married ever force me to put on a ring against my will? Silence answered from the empty air, and I slowly pulled my hand back an inch from the gold ring. My phone buzzed on the table, an email from Dr. Holt with a subject line that made my breath catch. What the coroner refused to say aloud, the PDF said in full. I tapped the PDF open. The screen light fell across my face and my pupils contracted at what I saw. The phone screen glare contracted in my pupils as I scrolled through the document he never wanted me to see. Stomach empty, no trace of food or water in 72 hours. Lungs collapsed, no evidence of respiration. Heart intact, but no muscle wear. This heart had never beat. Tissue dating estimated over 300 years. The thing you married was never a man. Every lamp in the sitting room blacked out for a second, then flared back on. And the grandfather clock tolled once. Every detail had been screaming. I just kept telling myself he was just a little cold. I dialed again. The number is dead, not in service.
I called the hospital. They have no record of a Dr. Holt.
He never existed. I lowered the phone. The lie was complete. He was never real. My reflection smiled. I did not smile. It was not me.
Don't look at the mirror, darling. It does not belong to you. It never has, and it never will.
The back doorbell rang. That bell has been silent for years. I walked to the back door with a flashlight, and on the rain-soaked step stood a drenched young man with an old leather suitcase.
Hello. I am Caleb Vance. We are distant cousins. I came to help you.
His eyes were gray-blue, exactly like Thomas.
Do not let him in, Eleanor. Not another step until you know what he really is.
He told me not to open it, which is exactly why I had to. I stood in the doorway, rain pouring down, and for the first time of his Eidchhorst. And for the first time in 3 months, I made a choice against his will. The moment Caleb crossed the threshold, every lamp flickered, and the grandfather clock pendulum drifted left.
Apologies for the late hour. The law office only mailed the notice on Monday, but I drove through the night. I have been studying Vance family history for 12 years.
By the fireplace, Caleb peeled off his wet coat, and I poured him hot tea, the firelight jumping across his face.
Eleanor, I have to ask, will you be living here alone for the next month?
I have never been alone. Not for a single moment. For the first time, I saw Caleb faced clearly. Same nose, same jaw, same gray-blue eyes with those faint cracks.
He is not who you think he is. Send him away before it is too late.
Caleb stooped for a fallen teaspoon, his neck exposed, and there on his skin, a faint birthmark showed.
He is not prey, he is the spare lock.
A thud from the second floor, something heavy hitting wood, and Joss and both of us looked up at once. No, I will go alone. Stay here by the fire. Caleb stayed by the fire, his eyes tracking my back, his right hand pressed against the birthmark on his neck.
Eleanor, with him here, I can no longer protect you from what is coming.
He protects me, but from what? The truth, or from being discovered? The house itself brought it to me, not Caleb, not Thomas. The house. A heavy leather ledger lay open on the study floor, cover stamped the hollow pact, 1698, ash scattered around.
It is called the Hollow Pact. My great-grandmother spoke its name 3 times on her deathbed.
December 21st, 1698, 3:17 a.m. Mary Vance enters the hollow of her own will for 300 years of peace. The page was vellum, the ink, dried blood, and my voice held steady. I turned page after page, each a name, a date, and 3 words, packed, honored, repeated over 3 centuries. I reached Margaret Vance, December 21st, 1991, packed, honored. Then the last page blank, but waiting. Ink bled onto the blank page, forming letters. Eleanor Vash packed, pending the date still empty.
Eleanor, my great-grandmother walked in on December 21st, 91, the days until your birthday.
28 days. That is all I have.
Eleanor, do not be afraid. We still have 28 days left together. And I will teach you how to break the pact forever.
I stared at the first page, my finger tracing the words of her own will over and over. The ledger closed itself, the crest on the cover, pushed into close-up, the heart filling the frame. He said he would teach me how to break it. But how could the one who wrote the pact teach me to destroy it? It was not a heart. It was the letter T. But the shot flickered past and I never saw it. My husband only speaks when Caleb sleeps. That in itself is an answer. I sat in the study, listening to Caleb breathe through the floorboards, waiting for the silence that would bring his voice back.
Eleanor, listen. In the under-sacristy of the town chapel, Beneath the third stone on the eastern wall lies the 1698 original copy of the pact. Burn it. The new name on the ledger will vanish.
I wrote down the words, "Third stone, eastern wall, wall," and my pen hesitated, as if some part of me already knew this was a lie.
The under-sacristy. Who told you about that?
It was written in the ledger appendix. I found it last night.
I am coming with you. You should not go alone.
We pushed open the chapel door, and the rusted hinges screamed into the silence of a place that had not seen prayer in decades. Caleb wedged the crowbar beneath the third stone, and the slab shifted, revealing a shallow wooden box that had been waiting in the dark for 3 centuries. Inside the box lay a vellum pact sealed with red wax pressed by the Vance crest, a gaping mouth holding a bleeding heart, unbroken for 300 years. I struck a match, and the flame turned dark purple the moment it touched the vellum, burning fast. But the ashes fell straight down, as if dragged by some invisible weight.
Good, it is finished. The pact is broken.
I turned to look at Caleb, but his face was pale, and his hands were clenched at his sides, and there was no relief in his eyes. Back at the manor, I rushed into the study and grabbed the ledger, flipping to the last page, with hands still shaking from the cold of the chapel. My name had not disappeared. It was darker, deeper, as if carved into the paper with bone. The ink still wet and fresh. Caleb stood behind me and closed his eyes. The slow weight of a truth he had always known settling over him like a second death. I burned the pact. My name only grew deeper. That was not the pact. That was only the pact he wanted me to believe in. The old note lay on the corner of the desk, the words, "Find the priest." He knew Margaret, still waiting for me to understand what they really meant. 25 days left. I drove down the mountain alone through the fog. I parked behind the chapel, not wanting Caleb to know. The chapel was dim. I waited outside the confessional in the cold. Someone settled behind the lattice, a cough, a voice, old and rough.
You are of Margaret line. I had hoped this generation would not come.
The man I married, what was he? Tell me.
I cannot tell you what he is. Only the one who wrote the pact can teach you to break it.
The priest shadow pointed to the empty place on my ring finger.
He wants you to wear the ring, because it is the receiver of the pact. Every word you say goes into the ledger.
Through the lattice, a small packet passed into my waiting hands.
The cross will not stop him, but he hates its shape. Hold it tight when you need a few seconds.
I opened the manor door and every mirror fogged over.
You went to that old man. I know exactly where you were.
He gave me a gift. Would you like to see it? The chandelier jerked. The fog receded and my voice fell silent. I closed the door, laid salt, and under the lamp unfolded her note. The note said, "He is not my husband. He is the husband of all 17. His true name is not Thomas. What he fears is his own true name. The one who wrote the pact sealed it with his true name. His true name is somewhere in that ledger." The safe in the study slowly opened by itself in the dark. 22 days left. Deep night. I walked into the study clutching the cross. The safe already open. The ledger lay open to Mary Vance's pack, but tonight, a new line appeared. Witness TV. Thomas Vance, 1698. But Vance men lived 72 years. How could he be the same man? I went back to the attic, straight to the wooden chest beneath Mary Vance's portrait. At the bottom, a small leather book, cover faded, MV, 1697 to 98. 1697 to 98. I turned to the last page. December 20th, 1698. Quill script still sharp. My beloved Thomas, do not make me go down. I saw your eyes. That is not the man I married, another thing wearing his face. I closed the diary, remembering my wedding eve and the question he asked. The same words across 3 centuries, Mary Margaret, and now me. The same voice, the same lie.
Eleanor, it is just a diary, my darling. Do not take the words of the dead too seriously now.
I tilted my head and let his voice enter through the other ear, as if I could finally filter him out completely. I showed the diary and Margaret note to Caleb, and he read them in silence, his hand covering his mouth.
My great-grandmother notes said the same thing in the last week of her life. She began to see 2 of herself in the mirror.
Mary saw another thing wearing his face. Margaret saw 2 of herselves. Which one will I see? My reflection already stood at the mirror, but I was still in the parlor. That one in the mirror is not lagging behind. She is learning to imitate me perfectly now. 20 days left. I combed my hair and saw the silver comb rising in the mirror half a second behind my hand. I lowered the comb, and the reflection lowered it late. And then I understood she was not lagging behind me, she was learning. I stared into the mirror and the reflection smiled, but my own face stayed frozen, and her lips moved, forming silent words. Caleb knocked and pushed the door open. The reflection snapped instantly back into perfect sync with my body. Caleb saw nothing wrong, but noticed the comb on the floor, and I had not realized I dropped it.
The one in the mirror is not Thomas. She is the 18th, the vessel he has prepared for you to inhabit.
Mary never died. She became the face in the mirror, waiting generation by generation for the next one to step inside the glass. I took down the mirror. 17 names carved on the back of the wooden frame. Each name followed by a small signal, and the signal after Margaret was an unclosed circle, still waiting to be completed for the next bride.
That circle my great-grandmother taught me to draw, called the waiting gate. It closes when the next name is carved.
In 20 days, the 18th name will appear on the frame, and I must pull myself out of the mirror before then. On the back of the frame, the waiting gate signal had closed a little more towards the next name. 18 days left. Deep night. I spread every clue across the study floor, the ledger, the diary, the note, the mirror backboard, and Caleb stood in the doorway watching for a long time.
Eleanor, there is something I must tell you. Please sit down.
I am not a distant cousin. I am Margaret, great-grandson. She handed my father to the priest before the well.
My research is not out of interest. It is out of duty. I came here to stop the 18th sacrifice.
Then why did not you tell me sooner all this time?
Because the moment I spoke plainly, he would have made you stop trusting me.
A log in the fireplace cracked and sparks scattered across the hearth, and both of us flinched at the same exact moment.
He is lying to you. He came here for himself, not for you or anyone else.
I looked at Caleb. His gaze did not flinch, and for the first time, I believed the truth might come from the man standing in front of me.
In every Vance generation, one boy is born with this mark. It means the spare lock. If no woman can be sacrificed, this boy takes her place.
Then together, we make this generation the last. I took Caleb's hand in mine, the first warm, living touch I had felt in months, and his hand trembled against my palm. I took Caleb's hand in mine, the first warm, living touch I had felt in months, and his hand trembled against my palm. I could feel the warmth of his skin seeping into mine, a connection I had thought lost forever.
Eleanor, you will regret this. I promise you will regret everything you have done here tonight.
The family portraits on the parlor wall, all 17 faces, slowly turned their heads at once toward the nursery upstairs. 15 days left. 3:17 a.m. I woke to the sound of nails falling, and I counted them all. I need to see it. I need to see what is inside that room now. I held the cross and walked toward that door. It stood half open, waiting for me. I pushed the door open. The nursery, still 1898, rose wallpaper, cradle by window. I saw 17 nails lined up on the rug, every tip pointing toward the cradle. Inside the cradle, I saw an infant shape, woven from hair. My own color, deep brown with a gray streak.
The house is preparing for your child. Eleanor, a child made of hair.
I am not pregnant. There is no child inside me. The pact requires the next sacrifice. If you will not bear one, it will craft one from your hair, from your mirror. In the corner mirror, I saw the Eleanor inside, already rocking the hair infant.
Eleanor, step back now. This thing is a down payment on the pact. Burn it and you buy yourself a few more days.
I watched the flame touch the hair. It flashed to ash, and a tiny dark red heart dropped into the cradle. I heard the manor moan. Every wooden beam tightened, and the grandfather clock chimed 3 times.
You think burning one is enough? We have so much more of your hair to use.
For the first time, he slipped. He said we. He and the house are on the same side after all. I saw the cradle empty and the nursery window frosting from the outside. 13 days left. Morning, I brewed coffee alone. Caleb gone to town for salt and oil, and I was alone with him.
Leave this place. Eleanor, leave this place tonight. I should never have brought you here.
Yesterday, he said we have so much more of your hair. Today, he says I should never have brought you here. Which one is the real him? Both of them. I played along, lifted a suitcase, said to the air, "Fine, I will go," and walked to the garage. I turned the key, the engine dead. Not even a dashboard light flickered in the dark. I tried 3 times. On the 3rd turn, in the dashboard reflection, I saw the smile at my lips. I opened the map, and the entire town of Hollow Rest had vanished from the screen. I searched Vale Manor, no results. I dialed Caleb number, no service.
It is the house that will not let you go, not me. Please try again. Again.
Then between you and it, who really decides? I walked to the kitchen, the coffee cups slid across the table, stopped before me, handle turned to my hand. The first voice you hear is the one that lies to you. But I am the one that is imprisoned. The map disappeared, that was him. I can let you leave, but you will not, will you? The house is not the monster. The house is another victim. Then what has been keeping her imprisoned for 300 years? I looked at my palm. The ring not on my finger, but at the base. A faint red wount rose in a circle. 11 days left. Deep night. Caleb came back with salt, oil, and wire. I sat on the study floor, spreading the ledger flat.
There is one thing I have been holding back for 5 days. Why 317?
I watched Caleb open a thick notebook. 12 years of research pouted into handwritten notes and faded photographs.
December 21st, 1698, 3:17 a.m. Mary Vance walked into the well. Every Vance clock stops at that moment.
London, Baston, Sydney. In Velt's Homes World Wed, I saw clocks, watches, chapel towers, all frozen at 3:17.
But the clock is not the key. The key is who sent her in. Mary Diary said, "My beloved Thomas, do not make me go down." The one who sent her was Thomas. You married Thomas. Margaret married Thomas too.
Caleb laid 3 photographs on the table. 1698 portrait, Margaret wedding, and my wedding, all showing Thomas' exact same face. He is not reincarnated. He has never died.
The clock stops at 3:17 as the House protest, telling every Vance descendant that moment is guilty.
I heard the grandfather clock boom and the pendulum began to swing for the first time in 300 years. I saw the minute hand slow leave 17 and edge toward 18, the first movement past that hour in 3 centuries. You are beginning to listen after 300 years. The moment the clock moved, my husband's voice vanished. All night, by morning, he came back with his true face. I closed the ledger, and in the attic, the covered mirror at the deepest end, I saw something slowly rise upright in the dark. 9 days left. Deep night, I went down to the cellar alone, with the cross, the salt, and a knife.
If you are a victim, tell me your name.
I no longer have a name. 300 years ago, I lent my name to this house, and it was us. I was the first. I am Mary. When I married Thomas, he had already lived over 100 years. He deceived my father, promising the village would be spared. The price was to feed me to the thing beneath the ground. But beneath was not another. It was the prison he himself built. I did not die. I became the key to that prison. Then who is the one imprisoned beneath the well? It is the real Thomas Vance, the true one. The gentle voice you hear is not him. 300 years ago, another thing crawled from beneath, wore his face, and locked the real Thomas in the well.
That thing, what is it called? Tell me its name.
In Old Celtic, it is called Toma the Devourer. It needs the women of the Vance line to maintain Thomas' face. Every sacrifice is not for the thing below. It is for the thing above. Eleanor, what it fears most is its own true name. When you speak Toma to its face, the disguise will crack. The real Thomas is still in the well. Then the body I buried 3 months ago was the discarded shell Toma had temporarily worn. I gripped the cross and looked up for 300 years. Every dearest I had heard had been spoken by another name. I must see its true face at least days once. Deep night, Caleb and I climbed the attic stairs, and I finally decided to lift the white cloth. In the attic corner, I saw a mirror draped in white cloth for 3 centuries, dust covering it like a grave. I gripped the cross and lifted the cloth, the mirror glass shimmering in the lamplight. In the mirror stood Thomas, wearing my wedding suit.
Hello, my love. It has been so long. The waiting has been hard.
Smiling gentle as every morning of my memory. My breath stopped. I nearly reached out, but Caleb gripped my shoulder and pulled me back. Caleb lifted the lamp and cast light onto the wall behind Thomas, and I saw 17 shadows appear there. One face, 17 shadows, one disguise, wrapped in the souls of 17 brides. I heard the gentle voice crack, revealing beneath a low resonation as if 17 were speaking at once.
Hello, the 18th bride. I have waited 300 years.
And the smile stretched wider than any human jaw could hold. I did not retreat. I faced the mirror, straightened my back, and spoke as if to a true guest. I saw the smile freeze, the 17 shadows shudder, and a hairline crack split open across the mirror glass. His disguise cracked. But knowing the true name and using it to seal him are different things. To seal him, one living Vol must become the lock. One face, 17 shadows, one disguise wrapped in the souls of 17 brides. 7 days left. Morning, I brewed coffee, smiled at the air, and his voice answered. Good morning. From this very moment, every single word I speak is a performance. I must make him believe I still know nothing at all. The manner no longer spoke. Caleb and I switched to notes. He slipped paper into my pocket. Each day, I paid for the act with sleepless nights. Eyes closed, I saw scratching fingertips in the well. Third night, I turned off the light. The mirror filled with a soft glow. I watched 17 vinegared surface. Anne pushed to the well, Beatrice sewing herself into her gown, Cordelia cutting out her ring, Margaret handing her son away.
You must see all of it, Eleanor. Once you have seen, you will not turn back.
Next morning, Caleb found me on the bath edge, weeping, scissors in my grip.
Eleanor, stop. Do not leave hair in this house, not a single strand.
Trembling, I tucked the cut hair into my pocket, knowing the house would use it for the next infant. At dinner, I smiled at the air, said I went to the library, and Toma replied, pleased. Caleb sat opposite cutting steak, and I saw his knife carving the meat into the family crest. After dinner, I looked into the mirror, the Eleanor inside weeping, my face still.
The one weeping for you in the mirror is me, Mary Vance, 300 years ago.
How many days of sanity do I have left? I must hold on until I know how to use his true name. Under my pillow, the note read, "Tomorrow my great-grandmother letter arrives." 6 days left, morning. I saw the postman cycle up the hill and hand a yellowed envelope to Caleb. I saw the envelope, sender Margaret Vance, 1991, recipient blank, to be opened by the 18th bride.
Before my great-grandmother walked into the well, she left this letter. Send it on the 22nd day.
Shivered. Today was my 22nd day in the manor. Margaret had foreseen me in 1991, trembling. I tore the envelope open, the paper pale age, Margaret handwriting delicate.
Dearest sister, I could not break the pact. But in my last days I devised a way to judge. His true name is Toma, but speaking his name is not enough. You must revoke the pact as the 18th bride. The ritual only works at the bottom of the well. You must walk down willingly, as I did. Ritual demands a price. Once Toma is sealed, the well cannot stay empty. A Vance must be the lock. I considered offering myself, but I had a 3-year-old son. So I stayed in the mirror to leave a letter. When your turn comes, choose. Walk down yourself, or let another Vance walk in your place.
I finished reading and looked up. Caleb was watching me. He had known the contents since he was 5.
Eleanor, let me. I have been preparing for this since I was 5.
I did not answer. I folded the letter, placed it in my pocket, beside the lock of hair.
Eleanor, what did you receive today? An old friend from
I laughed a subscription cancellation, and the grandfather clock missed half a beat. 6 days left, morning. Caleb and I sat on the study floor, spreading the crest rubbings out between us.
For 3 centuries, every Vance crest has been said to hold a heart. As children, we were told the heart symbolizes the family devotion.
I watched Caleb lay 3 rubbings side by side, the 1698 original, an 1850 tombstone, and the 2024 cellar door. I saw the 1698 version, showed a clear letter T, ringed with a vine motif. The heart, not yet formed. I saw the 1850 version, the T was thickened but visible. And the 2024 version, the T was entirely engulfed by the heart. 300 years, one true name, slowly disguised as a heart on a crest. I watched Caleb open the old Celtic dictionary he carried and turned to the entry for Toma. I read the entry Toma, the devourer, one who eats names, a spirit that cannot exist without consuming a face. And I closed the dictionary,
To use the true name, 3 conditions must be met. Spoken as the 18th bride, spoken at the bottom of the hollow. A living Vance must remain as the lock.
I reached out and brushed a lop of hair from Caleb's cheek, and he froze in place, his breath catching. I stood and took out the dinner menu, planning a confrontation feast for Toma tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, in front of his face still wearing Thomas, I will call him Toma. Only when his disguise breaks can I decide who walks down. On the menu, I wrote for 2 roast lamb, Thomas' favorite, and plain salt bread Tomo could never swallow. 5 days left evening. I set the long dining table with 2 places, candlelight flickering across the china and silver. I wore the champagne gown from my wedding night to drag Toma back to his most triumphant phase. I sat in my place, and the chair opposite slowly slid out by itself, an almost invisible weight depressing the cushion.
Eleanor, you look beautiful in that dress. It reminds me of that night.
That is exactly why I wore it tonight, my love. Caleb, disguised as a maid, brought out the roast lamb, and I carved a slice for the empty chair. You are eating slowly. Is the lamb not to your liking?
I have not had a proper meal in 300 years.
The second course, a white loaf baked with only coarse salt, and I sliced a piece and laid it on the opposite plate. This used to be your favorite dish. What is wrong, dear? To you, Toma, to your true name at last. I saw the air congeal. Thomas' face appeared above the chair, mouth stretched to the ears, eyes pure black.
You, who told you that name, betrayed. Who betrayed me?
He cracked. I saw his true face for the first time, but this was only the first strike. The real ritual is still waiting in the well, 5 days from now, and the one who will stay as the lock. I have already decided who it will be. I set down the glass, looked at my left ring finger. The red welt had deepened. 4 days left, Toma silent, 3 days. I felt the whole house shake with fury, walls seeping, bulbs bursting. I heard unseen footsteps pacing. Caleb and I sat back to back on the study rug, with a salt circle drawn around us both. Suddenly, I felt the entire house fall into an unnatural silence, and I saw every mirror in the study fog over at the same time.
He is using all his strength to suppress me. He knows I am about to help you now.
I saw Mary's face appeared in the mirrors on all 4 walls. I felt the man shiver violently, and I heard every clock begin to move at once. For 300 years, this house has been his tool, but I am the foundation. Tonight, I take it back from him. This house needs a new foundation. After the ritual, one Vance must replace me. I cannot last until that day. This is the last thing I can do for the next one. I watched Caleb slowly stand and pull a photograph from his pocket. The last picture of him at age 3, held in Margaret's arms.
My great-grandmother could not leave her son. But I have no one. I was born for this.
I saw every light in the manor go out at once, and I felt a scalding, painful heat rise from beneath the ground.
You will not escape. I will descend too. The hollow is my kingdom.
The ritual must be in the well, but that is Toma home. We need something to buy 30 seconds. I looked at my hands, my hair, and Caleb's hair woven around the cross. A silver thread from Mary. 3 days left. Deep night inside the salt circle. I had not slept, weaving a counterplan. I watched Caleb take out the map of the well bottom, a rough circle marked hollow, surrounded by 17 dots.
The 17 sisters. They have stood along the well wall for 3 centuries. When the ritual begins, they will stand on your side.
I spread a sheet of paper and drew 2 columns. Option A, me as lock. Option B, Caleb as lock. There is a third option. Force Toma into the well himself. Let him be the lock.
Eleanor, he has not descended in 3 centuries. He fears the well, because at the bottom the real Thomas is imprisoned. What he fears is not only the true name, it is the soul to whom that face actually belongs.
I wrote 3 steps on the paper. D tonight, release the real Thomas by reversing the 1698 ritual. I felt the air in the manor grow cold. I heard Toma's voice seep up from the floorboards. He had heard everything.
You think releasing Thomas will defeat me? He pushed Mary into the well. You are not releasing a good man, just another Vance.
For the first time, he told the truth. But Thomas has been in the well 300 years, long enough to repent. I gamble he wants to atone. I turned to the back of Mary's diary, last page. A small line of writing.
No one had ever noticed.
If I was willing to forgive him, I would burn this page at the well mouth. My finger stopped on forgive. 2 days left. Deep night, I went down to the cellar alone, carrying Mary's last page, my wedding ring finally on my hand, and the hair cross Caleb had woven. Thomas, with the real Thomas, will you come up from the darkness below? I placed the diary page on the well rim and struck a match. The flame pure white, unlike the dark purple before. The paper turned to ash instantly, the ashes drifting upward into my nostrils. I collapsed on the cold well edge. I opened my eyes, standing at the well bottom. The mist parted.
You did it, Eleanor. For 300 years, no one did this for me. Not one single person.
I watched silhouettes rise from the mist. 17 Vance women from 1698 to 1991 materialized. Look upon my great-grandson for me. Tell him he has done well for all of us here in the darkness. Mary reached out and pulled a man from behind the 17 sitters, ragged beard, hollow eyes. The real Thomas Valtz, standing before me now. Yes, Toma wore your face and married me instead.
Forgive me. I pushed Mary down. I thought I was saving the village, but I knew it was myself.
He is willing to lend you his face one last time tomorrow night at the Mirror.
Tomorrow at 3:17 a.m., he and I will rise together. And before Toma Mirror, 2 identical Tomamas will appear, and his disguise will finally collapse. I opened my eyes back at the Kellen, the well silent, the mark on my finger, a golden ring. I paused outside Caleb's door. I let him sleep his last hours of living rest. One day left, December 20th, 2:55 a.m. I watched the clock crawl toward 3. I wore the 1698 wedding gown, a silver thread pinned in my hair. Before the attic mirror, Caleb stood at my right, hair cross in hand Toma, wearing Thomas' face.
Eleanor, tonight is our anniversary. Is it not, my love?
Yes, it is also Mary's anniversary of descent tonight. 3:17, I heard the grandfather clock boom and every clock in the manor sound. From the cellar well, I saw white mist surge out, and from the mist emerged Thomas, ragged, and Mary in white. I watched them walk slowly up the stairs through the corridor, arriving before the attic mirror. I saw the Thomas in the mirror and the real Thomas share one frame.
Impossible, you cannot have come up from the well.
I let you wear my face for 3 centuries. Tonight, I take it back forever.
I watched the mirror, Thomas' face peel off in pieces, exposing faceless black mist. The shadows trembling. I stepped forward, golden ring glowing, took off my wedding ring, threw it at my feet. It burned to ash. Toma Vance, I the 18th bride, Eleanor Vance, In the name of Mary Vance and the real Thomas Vance, hereby revoke this pact. I saw the mirror explode, shards fall like rain, but before touching the floor, every shard came a silver bell. I watched 17 shadows become white moths that circled me and flew toward the cellar, dragging the monster behind. Tama was dragged into the well, but the ritual was not complete. A living Vance must seal the lid before 3:18 or he will climb back up. I turned to race to the teller, but Caleb was already gone. 3:17:30, I raced down the stairs, every step ringing under my feet. Corridor, kitchen, cellar door. I kicked it open. Caleb! 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 I saw Caleb kneeling at the well mouth, his left hand pressed against the birthmark on his neck, the mark glowing gold.
Eleanor, I told you I was born for this moment.
I lunged to pull him back, but Caleb lifted his head, and his gaze stopped me.
You freed Mary and her sisters. You have done your part. My great-grandmother could not leave her son. I carry no burden. You cannot carry it for me.
Eleanor, let him choose. For 300 years, this is the first willing descent. A willing descent washes the bloodline clean. I broke into sobs. I crouched and pressed my forehead to Caleb's forehead.
My great-grandmother's son. Tell him his grandson did the right thing.
I watched Caleb leap into the well of his own will, spread his arms and catch Toma black mist. I heard the grandfather clock minute hand click from 17 to 18 for the first time in 3 centuries. I saw a white metallic film appear at the well mold, solidifying into a new lid on its surface, the outline of Caleb's birthmark. I heard Toma last trapped guttural growled from beneath the well, and then absolute silence. The pact is broken. Toma is sealed. The sisters are free. But this house bears one more lid in the shape of a birthmark. I walked alone out of the cellar, clutching Caleb's note, and for the first time I heard the mansion complete silence, only my footsteps. 1 month later, January 21st, I saw the sunlight sweep Vance Manor, a for sale sign at the entrance. I wore a clean beige coat, my hair cut short, placed a leather suitcase in the taxi. I put it up for sale. The agent said buyers will be hard to find, but someone has already begun to inquire about it.
You are the first Vance woman to walk out of this town.
I hugged Ethan, turned to the car, and saw the gas station wall missing notices. All gone, only a faded square. I watched the taxi drive down the hill, Vale Manor silhouette shrinking in the sunlight. From deep in the valley I heard a faint bell, 3 rings, a pause, 17 rings.
Eleanor, go well. Go far from this place now.
In the post office, I sealed Caleb's note addressed to Daniel Vance, Margaret's son, age 38. Sender from the 18th bride. I dropped the letter, a thud heavier than normal. My taxi passed the intersection turning east, and I saw a silver SUV climb the mountain road on the other side. I saw the window roll down, a young woman gripping bronze keys. One of them had no keyhole. We are finally here. You said this house has waited for me a long time.
Welcome home, my love. I have been waiting for you here.
I watched the young woman drive towards the summit. Vance Manor glinted in the sunlight. Every Vance Manor needs a new lock. I thought I had ended it, but the hollow will always find the next whisper. I saw the for sale sign slowly tip and fall.
the clock hands edging toward 3:17.